Hello, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. Sorry, apologies for the much later press conference reaction, but obviously I was streaming earlier and then I had to go do some celebrations with my grand as it was a birthday today, but I'm sure you guys will understand that. But anyways, of course, the reality of the situation, that is that red club in Manchester, we have to speak about it, and obviously we'll be diving into Mr. Ralf's press conference. Very interesting press conference, actually. Lots of good questions asked, really, about Ronaldo's form, about Maguire's form, the tactics. Lots of good questions, I think, today. So, yeah, let's just jump straight into it. Remember to smash a like, subscribe, all those good things. He was asked, Ralf, how are you and the team feeling ahead of this one, given the excellent first half performance in midweek and Southampton coming into this full of confidence? He said, yes, we are fully aware that this will be a difficult one. Obviously, I watched the game at Spurs. Good to know, during the week, and they really deserve to win. They tactically played on a very high level, and this will be a challenge for us. But I'm sure that we are up for the challenge. We will prepare the team again today for what is on, and we have to do what we have to do for tomorrow's game. We have to win the game, that's for sure. We are fully aware that we did well in both halves, first halves against Middlesbrough and Burnley, but now against Southampton, and the same will be true on Tuesday against Brighton. We need the top performances for the whole game. Basically, just saying we need not just one half, we need two halves of good performances, so no problems with that. He was asked about, Ralf Hasenhüttl very well, but would you say he's one of the best coaches on the continent? The job that he's done with Southampton, but also with yourself at RB Leipzig. He says, well, I've known him for now 6 or 7 years, and that he developed in those years, obviously. But we can see that what he did at Southampton, he also did a great job at Leipzig, finishing second in the first season of the Bundesliga, sixth in the second year, and what he's now achieved at Southampton is just great. Some would argue whether it's really not great, but to be honest, just a bit of a weird question. Really don't care about it. Moving on, he was then asked on Tuesday's performance, have you worked on how to get the best out of Ronaldo? It just seems that he's to be in a period where he's got not affecting games in the way he or you would want. He said, yeah, but it's not only about Cristiano. That he should score more goals, it's obvious. I think we creating enough chances and opportunities in the last couple of games, but we didn't just score enough goals. But this is not only just an issue with Cristiano, just an also all the other players, which I agree with, especially on the offensive players, that we do not score enough goals. If you bear in mind how many chances we create, this is also something that needs to get better in a couple of weeks. But as I say, we have played in the first half, and even at Burnley, I would say 70 of 90 of those was very, very close to the game plan that we have spoken about before the game and how it's been rewarding ourselves. Don't know about that one, Ralf, because I can tell you, I give you 45 minutes of, yes, it looks like the game plan is working. Second half, there is not a single minute where the game plan is working. So I think that's a bit BS, and you're riding it a bit there. You're really riding your luck on that one. He was then asked, just wondering how the squad looking in terms of absentees, and also there's been a lot of talk about Harry Maguire and his performances. What do you think of the displays of your captain? Now, obviously, as United fans, trash should get dropped. I would say, no, I'm not going to say someone, I'm not going to hide it. I would say sack him, terminate the contract, couldn't be bothered. He's actually that rubbish. Probably the worst centre back in the league. Maybe he's championship standard, to be honest with you. I'm not having this where he's good, but Ralf said, I think he had an outstanding game against West Ham. Nonsense, absolute nonsense, outstanding game against West Ham. Like the rest of the back line. Against Middlesbrough, we didn't give away that many chances to the other team, but at Burnley, yes, we could have defended the transitional moment better, but we did. Not Maguire. If Maguire literally wasn't as bad as he was, we wouldn't have conceded that, Ralf. So just drop him, and that situation probably doesn't really happen. We had brilliant counter-attack ourselves, but in the first pass was not the best, even though then it was still a 2v2 or 3v3 situation, and we should have got more about that. And then the rest of our defense was not really good. We should have not allowed the counter-attack to happen. I don't really agree with that. It was Maguire. It was really Maguire. He says there was a 2v1 with Harry and Scotty against him, and of course we shouldn't have allowed him to go through in that very moment, but yeah, that can happen. As I said, Harry was injured. He had 2.5 weeks out of injury. Then he came back. He had a very good game against West Ham, not really, and I'm pretty sure he can perform the same kind of level against Southampton. Basically, almost saying that, yeah, I'm not going to really drop him, and that's what I'm saying. I can't back Ralf. If Ralf picks Harry Maguire this weekend, I can't defend it. I even said, I can't be asked anymore with this. As long as you pick people like Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay in the team, and we know, yes, we are very short in certain positions, but when you pick those type of players and you lose the game, don't be asking for apologies or, some empathy. I really sympathy. I couldn't care. I couldn't be asked. Then he was also asked, there are reports of players that aren't enjoying your training sessions, that they found them outdated, and they're calling Chris Ahmed Ted Lasso behind his back. What do you make out of that? I cannot believe they actually asked Ralf Rangnick that, and he said nothing. To be honest, I haven't read any newspapers, and I don't know about those articles. What I can assure you, the way that the team has developed in the last couple of weeks is obvious. Tactically, this is due to the work we are doing in training, both on the pitch, but also if we do video analysis with them, the training that we are doing, including all the important training games and the little games as well as the 11v11 games, lots of rondos, a lot of little games, increase fluidity and get better in position as a part of training session. But I just find it hilarious how they actually mentioned the word Ted Lasso in a question for Ralf Rangnick. It's amazing. But anyways, let me know if you found that amusing. He was then asked, how can you get your team to play in the second half like the first? Is there something to work on the training ground, or your halftime message part of your larger game plan? Long answer this one. So, well, to start, I think it's important, and also to the players, that they've realized there have been good development the last couple of weeks, both in possession and out of possession of the ball. They realize that we control the game, but then again, if we concede a goal against Middlesbrough, 65, 70 minutes, at Burnley, 47 minutes, we should just stick to the game plan, not all of a sudden lose shape, lose composure, which is very true. As soon as an opposition scores against United, heads drop, team looks completely into shambles, they look stunned, they don't look the same Man United as they did. It's almost like, and again, if you just look at Maguire makes that mistake, we concede a goal, he completely shatters. He's just so weak mentally. This whole team are full of bottlers, and they just break. So I do agree with Ralf, this team needs to freaking stick to the game plan and get on with the job. But he then also asked us, there was a few more questions actually. He was asked, you've been in charge for 12 games, has it taken longer for the squad to adapt to the way you wanted to play than you thought? I said no, fully aware of the process, that would take some time. But as I said, apart from the last 2 games, with regard of the results of the 2 games, I think we did well. And I think, I don't really blame for Ralf for that. Yes, the team has been better. Yes, we've actually improved. The results are definitely not what Ralf deserves. But it's also on Ralf. Like I said, you picked Maguire, you picked the Scott McTominays, you picked the Rashfords and all that stuff. You let the players go. So it is on you, Ralf. As much as you have deserved more performances and better performances, you pick the players that cost you the games, and your head will fall for that, just like it did to Oli. He was then also asked, returning to Southampton, Manchester United's issue with set pieces are very well documented, both attacking and defending. Do you think that could be a key game tomorrow? James Ward-Prowse, one of the set piece takers in the country. And we covered this on the preview. We said don't give Southampton any set pieces, no free kicks, no corners with Ward-Prowse on. It's just the basic. Like, I don't have a footballing degree, I don't have coaching badges or anything like that. I have coached, I have played, obviously, as everyone else would have done, but it doesn't take a genius to know don't give Ward-Prowse set piece opportunities. And said yes, obviously, but we haven't conceded that many goals as far as I know in the last 10 weeks. We've not conceded a single goal from a set piece. I thought we had scored 1 from a set piece at Burnley, but unfortunately it was disallowed. A VAR, of course, not because of Harry Maguire. Guess who? Harry Maguire. But when you mention Ward-Prowse, I think you're referring not to conceding any goals. And the way that we have defended set pieces in the last few weeks and months have been good. Yeah, what else is Ralf going to say, really? So it is what it is. He was then asked, you say you're making progress, but you've only won half the games you have been here for. Given the spend on the squad, have you surprised you have done to do so much? To make the team competitive? You seem to be coming from quite a low base. And he said that's a good question, and you have put that question in a very smart and clever way. I know what you're aiming at, but I can only tell you what I've experienced in the last 10 weeks, and that I think the results so far in the league have been okay. I didn't say they were good had we won against Burnley. And now it's about, as I said, getting also the results, not only improving with regards to the performance, but also getting the results that we should deserve. I think we can all agree we should have deserved to win both games, but in the end, it's not about deserving, it's about what you get out of the game, and that the team has developed is obvious. I speak regularly to the players about how they feel after the game and how they felt on the pitch, and I know the players realize how much they have developed and improved their performances. If I spoke to those players and said, yeah, we're improving, I'd be like, fucking hell, if you take this as improving, god damn it, we are in trouble, because it's not good enough. And he said, as I said, now it's about taking the next step of getting the reward and also controlling at a higher level in the second half. Lots of talk, not enough action, I would say. For me, you fault Ronaldo for a little bit, and you say it's not completely his problem, which is fine. But then you have a whole different attitude about Harry Maguire, which I don't really agree with. And we need to win games. And we need to win games. I think that's what I could take away from this. But anyways, let me know what you thought of Ralf's press conference. Bit of a very good press conference, I think. One of the best press conferences we've had in a while. So yeah, do let me know what you think. Do smash a like, do subscribe. I'm gonna go sleep, all you beautiful ladies and gentlemen, because it's been a long day and I do start it. So I apologize for that. But anyways, I shall check you all very soon. Do smash a like, do subscribe. Have a good day. I shall see you all for what should be a very, we hope a good match reaction. Goodbye.